Hi, everybody. It's Kathleen and Barbara Brown. This is our first interview in the Well of Creativity and Wisdom for Tree Sisters. I'm so excited to be with this lovely woman today, this lovely artist, this creative soul. I don't know if you all know her, but I'm sure that you must have seen some of her beautiful paintings that look like photographs already. And 4 of them are behind her right there. It looks like they're windows looking out into the forest, but they're actually her paintings. So Barbara has, Sylvan Reflections is a book that Barbara has put together, which is the wanderings, paintings, and ponderings from the forest. Isn't that just so delicious? Oh. And her website is barbarabrownart.com. So hi, Barbara. Welcome. Welcome.
Hi, Kathleen. Thank you so much for this. I'm quite excited about it. I feel very honored that I'm your first interview in the Well of Tree Sisters Well of Creativity and Wisdom. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. It's been a long time coming. I know we've talked about it for a while, so we're finally here.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Yeah, so let everybody know. You and I have talked many times, but I'd love you to tell everybody else. Where do you live, and what do you do? What is your passion?
I live in the Slocan Valley in British Columbia in Canada, in the mountains. The region's called the Kootenay Rockies. It's sort of continuous with the Rocky Mountains. I live in the forest. I live in a cabin in the forest on the mountainside, and I have a daily practice of walking in the forest every day. I have been for 20 years now. The most cherished part of my day, and I've been called to share that love that I have of the forest. I can paint. I'm an artist, a visual artist, and recently discovered that I like writing too. So a book has been created. I've put together a book about my love of the forest to share inspiration, the soothing and the inspiration, the healing that you can get from spending time in the forest and connecting with it.
That's beautiful. Yes. I mean, yeah. What more could we want? I could just feel it from you. I can hear it through your voice. I can feel it from you. I can feel the forest.
I feel so blessed here. You know, how many people around the world are so lucky to be able to live in such a wild and fairly remote place and be able to live in the forest. Around the world where so many people are losing their connection to nature, and me being able to live here and have such a deep connection with it that I feel a responsibility to share it. And
yeah, I feel that from you. It's such a beautiful thing, to hear you say that as you're enjoying your walk, that you think of everyone else and wanting to share the beauty of the forest with them. It's such a generous and loving place that you're coming from in this book and in the videos that you've made that I have seen and heard. You're always about sharing it. And I also noticed, very, very much in your work, the attention to detail. You become very intimate, let's say, with the forest. Would you say that?
Yeah. I've always been a sucker for detail. I keep trying to go bigger with my paintings and get looser, but
Mm.
I'm into detail.
Yeah, and sometimes I look at your work and I just think, is that a photograph or is that her work? And I still do it, even after all this time. I'll have to zoom in, and sometimes even then I'm not quite sure.
I do hide in every painting. There's an otherworldly quality though added into it. Kind of in a lot of them it's hidden.
Mhm.
But when you look at it for a while, you'll see, no, this isn't a photograph because there's a geometric shape or some symbolism somewhere in each one. I call it my of the otherworldly aspect
Yeah.
in each painting.
Yeah, that was actually the other thing that drew me to your work was the first piece that I saw with the symbol had the Celtic dragon.
Dragon, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, me and Celtic, but
Yeah, me
the
too.
Celtic and the forest are so closely tied anyway.
Yeah.
There's something that is about the roots and the entanglement, and the forest floor is
Yeah.
me of the Celtic knots. So when I saw that dragon, it just made sense. I wish I had that picture to pull up, but I can pull up.
It's
Oh, do you have it behind you? Oh, what can you? There you go.
can you
Oh, yeah, that's
yeah.
gorgeous. You know what? We'll put it up in the comments so that everyone can see it clearer because that's my favorite. I can bring up the cathedral, though, and that way we can see a little bit of what you're talking about, right?
Right. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to share my screen. There we go.
There it is.
Yeah. So right there.
That's a particular place in the forest that I walk through every day, where it's open cedars, big, tall, straight cedars reaching straight for the heavens, and it's sacred space. It is a cathedral. So I did this painting to show that with some. I had recently been to a cathedral in Cologne, Germany, and I had a photograph that just matched perfectly my trees. So I blended them together to give you that feeling of the cathedral in the forest, that sacred space.
Yeah, the sacred architecture.
Yeah.
I can actually smell the cedar as I'm
Oh,
looking at it. Yeah, there's
perfect.
the healing of that. It's very,
Yeah.
very, very powerful. And thank you for wanting to bring us through the forest with you, as I know you're going to be doing more of in some of your other projects. Let's see what we have next here. So I know that you do a lot. You walk every day, so you've been kind of doing anthologies for each season. Is that right?
Yeah. The book takes you there. In the book, there are 16 paintings, 4 for each season. Takes you through a year in the forest.
And mentioning the book again, I just wanted to let everyone know that besides being a tree sister, tree planting tree sister, you're also a water carrier for Tree Sisters. And I believe it is 5% that you donate from your revenue from your books. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm thrilled to do it. I was thrilled to be a part of Tree Sisters. It speaks so deeply to me. I just resonate with Tree Sisters.
What is it that first called you Tree Sisters? I mean, you probably, I mean, I can assume that you heard Tree Sisters and you said, yes, that's me.
Yeah. It was a no-brainer. It's, oh my goodness. Yeah. I don't remember the moment that I first heard about Tree Sisters, but I do. But as I know that as soon as, I've been a student of the feminine spirituality, the sacred feminine, since I first ran across it in 1980, when it blew me away. And there we go. Now I can be a whole person, knowing that the feminine used to be revered and sacred, and the goddess. So my whole adult life, I've been a follower of the sacred feminine, and of course my connection with nature and trees and the forest has always been fundamental to who I am. So when I came across Tree Sisters, well, there we are. This is it. And listening to Claire, hearing her speak, the inspiration that she brings to the world is so needed, that as soon as I heard her speak and saw the mission statement of Tree Sisters and the work that Tree Sisters was doing, I just got completely uplifted that, well, okay, the world is going to be okay now.
Oh, that's so good.
Now that this project is in the world, and we're going to do it.
Yes.
Here it is. Here's the solution. We're going to be all right.
It's true. It's true. Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
And it is so tied, together with the rising of the feminine, the empowerment of the feminine in men and women, but the feminine energy, there's no doubt that it is what's needed right now. And our attachment to the earth is just, it is seamless. There is no actually attachment. We just are nature, and nature is us, and that's our feminine contact. And I believe it too. I really do, Barbara. I believe that we're here to stay, and we are going to shift whatever needs to be shifted with the energies that we're bringing in. I also feel that creativity is catapult in that recipe, femininity and nature, and the creativity that emerges really from nature. I've always felt it, right? That's
Right.
the most creative, and I think most people feel that way as well. But there's this whole creation energy that we can use, that is inspiring us to make choices instead of just following along. We can create change. And I'm so excited for everyone that's doing that. That's why I'm excited to do these interviews, because I really feel that like when Claire was interviewing Barbara Marx Hubbard and Deanna and Sister Steph and everyone, it was all of these transmissions of this energy. And I know that it's the same with beautiful artists and creative Tree Sisters such as yourself. So
the wisdom, the wisdom that's in those women, those interviews, it's just, we've got everything we need. We know, following the wisdom of so many women, the leaders around. Yeah, I'm getting tongue-tied.
I know, I do too. When I try to put words to it, it's almost too powerful to do that. I'm just happy and blessed, that we're part of it, right? And that, like you and I talked a little bit earlier, that really things are coming together right now, just sort of doorways are opening, and the universe has got our back, and the work that we're meant to bring forward on this mission is kind of doing itself. And we're just holding the reins and, really trusting ourselves, and your work is just, it really hasn't even unfolded as much as it's going to. I feel that it's, like this title of this is Deep Winter Portals. I feel that your work is a portal in itself.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wow.
What do you feel from this portal here?
This painting?
Yeah.
I absolutely love winter. Winter's my favorite season. I absolutely love snow. I mean, we're at the end of March now, and it was snowing here 2 days ago. I think around the world, winter is lasting this year, and everyone's complaining about it except me. I'm just saying, no, it's fine with me. But this painting, I wanted it to show, to convey that feeling of when I'm out there on snowshoes in the deep snow in the wintertime, I could just go forever. Every place that you go into, I look beyond, and there's another. Oh, I've got to go see what's under that tree, and I've got to go see that. That, look at that portal over there. I got to go through that portal.
She keeps drawing you deeper and deeper in.
Deeper and deeper, yeah.
Yeah, I can see, I can see that. Like if I was standing here with you, which I hope I am someday, standing
Yeah.
at the edge of this opening, that, oh, I would just be drawn in to go further into that next opening, and each little branch and sparkling piece of snow, and just pure magic. Thank you for
It
showing me.
is, and that's a good word. It's the purity of snow, right?
Yeah.
It's so pure,
It is, and
clean
it's
and white.
connecting the wetness and the air with the earth, that all at once. It's all together there on those branches. It's weighed down with the emotional water. With the beautiful pure snow. Yeah, I would lay there dreaming in my
Yeah, I
snowshoes
do.
and bundled up. Let's see the next one here. Oh, let me go past that one. We'll come back to that. All right. Ooh, yes. Okay. Talk us through this one.
This one, I was walking along just up from that cedar grove, from that sacred cathedral grove, cedars. I was walking up the mountain just above it, and on a sunny summer day, and I looked up, and I saw it was like a spiral of branches of sunlight and shadow, and it was just gorgeous, an absolutely beautiful image. So I took like 20,000 photos trying to capture it, and then brought it back to the studio and tried to capture the layers. There's a spiral in there taking you up through the layers, almost as like a spiral staircase.
Yeah.
Stepping you up through the cedar branches, some catching sunlight, some in shadow, taking you up and up and up and up.
Yeah. And again, it feels like it's taking me in and in and in.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. And yes, you've accomplished it beautifully with all of the layers and the colors, and just how your eye sort of spirals, within this painting. It doesn't bounce around. My eyes feel like they're spiraling as I'm watching it. I feel that way. It's almost mesmerizing, like it's meditative to me.
Great. Thank you.
Gorgeous. Yeah, you have so many beautiful pieces of work. So we took the time to show three of them, but there's so much. If you go onto your website and your book, of course, and of course that would also plant more trees for Tree Sisters if anybody's interested in getting your book. It's not a sales pitch. I'm just putting it out there. And we have one more thing that I'd love for to ask you, and then we'll close. But what wisdom would you like to share with others that you haven't shared already? This has all been very wise. But
what I really want to encourage people to do is to become more aware of the beauty of nature that surrounds us, that is everywhere. I know I'm blessed to live in the forest, but we can look up into the sky. We can look, the little dandelion growing in the sidewalk, in the cracks. We ourselves are nature. As we go about our days, if we can notice those moments of beauty, those images of beauty that we see throughout our days every day. They're there. And if when we notice them, if we can stop and take them in, let them in, bring them in, lean into them, we will feel our connections again. We'll get back in touch. And it's healing, it's soothing, it's inspiring, it just makes us feel alive, and it makes us feel that we belong here on this beautiful planet. It's available and accessible to us everywhere and all the time if we can let it in.
Barbara. It's taking all I can just to stay right. I'm just melting. I'm just melting right into the nature of that invitation and those possibilities. Thank you so much for bringing that to us, that wisdom. That was truly beautiful. I actually want to write that down.
Thank you. Great.
Yeah, for sure. Now, because I'm sure everyone has already realized that your gift is in your painting and in your heart of sharing, but also in your voice. And so I decided to pull up one of your poems. And I would like to close with this. I'm not even going to show my face again. I'm just going to be this voice in the background saying thank you to everyone for coming, and to you, Barbara, for being the first guest in the well, the first transmission and in the well. And thank you for everything that you do for True Sisters as a water carrier and just as the beautiful feminine goddess that you are. And I am definitely going to follow up with you. I'm planning to come and visit you and walk with you in your forest. It's on my bucket list. So maybe we can create some type of a gathering and bring more sisters with us. So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody and let you read them out with your beautiful poem.
Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you. I'll read this for you. This is part of the introduction to my book and website. If you can't get out into the forest today, come. Let me take you there. Come along with me. With my paintings and writings, I want to give you a place to go, similar to the way we can travel when we listen to music. I want to give you a place where you can rest your eyes and excite your soul, open your heart and soothe your nerves. A view of healing green magic. Come, let's go for a walk together in the forest.